Fox Sports.
We are Black We are LA.
Had a nice come-from-behind victory last night, taking Game 1 against the visiting Texas Rangers. And tonight from this gorgeous ballpark, it is Cowboy Hat Giveaway Night, or otherwise known as Mark Gubiza wants to be Richie Sambora night here at the Big A. It is game number 2 between the Rangers and the Angels. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with Richie Sambora, a.k.a. Mark Gubiza. Let's talk a little bit about Mike Trout, who's had a terrific start to his rookie season. Remember, last year he came up, did not qualify as a rookie, is a rookie this year. And Oliver, I tell you what, over the last couple of weeks, he has been spectacular. More specifically, on this homestand, he's been just great.
And when you think about the competition he's playing against, the New York Yankees and now the Texas Rangers, these are the 2 best clubs going against the Angels. Yet Mike Trout has not missed a beat, if so, even gotten better during this homestand. Driving the ball, extra base hit after extra base hit, 4 games in a row. He's done that. His defense has been outstanding. His pressure he's putting on the opponent's defense because he's driving the ball well and always trying to take that extra base. Covering so much ground in the outfield, it allows the pitching staff to be aggressive as far as throwing the strikes in the strike zone and cleaning up all the mess by the pitchers, and of course coming through with those clutch hits. 3 RBI last night in his victory against the Rangers.
We have ourselves a very good pitching matchup once again, kind of a redo of what we saw in Texas for just a little bit before the rain delay. Yu Darvish will toe the slab for the Texas Rangers, 7 victories this year. He is a guy that has walked quite a few guys, has picked up some strikeouts as well. C.J. Wilson going for the Angels.
Well, C.J. Wilson's got to use that 2-seam fastball. He's cutting fastball inside. When he does, he's very effective.
Just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
Angels Baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. By Hyundai, the votes are in. The Hyundai Elantra is the 2012 North American Car of the Year. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealer today. And by 76 Gas, we're on the driver's side. The hats tonight, the giveaway as the Angels faithful try to set a new Guinness Book of World Record. The Angels not wasting any time. It's a packed house here. Last night we had just over 40,000. And tonight a little bit more. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for Ron Washington and the Texas Rangers. Leading things off at Ian Kinsler, pretty much the same lineup we saw last night. He's the second baseman. Elvis Andrews at shortstop. Josh Hamilton in left field. Adrian Beltre is at third. Michael Young will serve as the DH. Nelson Cruz in right field. Mike Napoli moves from behind the plate over to first base. Jorge Torrealba will do the catching. And with a left-hander on the mound, it's the center fielder Craig Gentry patrolling out in the outfield. David Murphy is on the bench. Taking on C.J. Wilson. 6-4 record and a 2.77 ERA.
Opponents only hitting 185 against C.J. Wilson. Had that power two-seam fastball. His cut fastball has been good. His curve and slider and changeup been very effective. 59 punch-outs in 65 innings pitched this year.
Defensively behind C.J. tonight, it's Mark Trumbull in left, Mike Trout in center, Torrey Hunter in right field. The infield has Alberto Callaspo, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols around from third to first, and Bobby Wilson is back behind the plate.
And Albert Pujols has done a tremendous job at first base. A two-time Gold Glover, has been very active for the Angels. Fielding percentage of .996 this season. Already been involved in 482 total chances at that position. Very good as far as his throw to the pitcher, covering the base also.
Halos, of course, coming off that 4-2 victory last night. They fell behind early 2-0 after 4 innings. They scored 2 runs in the 6th, 2 runs in the 7th. The Angels capitalizing in that 7th. A rally that started with 2 outs. A single by Howie Kendrick. The hit by pitch to Eric Ibar. The error by Ian Kinsler, a huge one. Then the 2 RBI single by Mike Trout, who had a 3 RBI game. Halos with the victory last night, a game over 500 now at 27 and 26, 4.5 back of the Texas Rangers. Rain layer really came in early tonight. Overcast skies. The gate down the left field line is just now closing. Here's a look at the cloud cover here. Of course, an unusual start time on Saturday. It's usually a 6:05 start here at the Big A, but 7:05 because of Baseball Night in America presented by Fox. The first one tonight is a strike to Ian Kinsler. He had himself a 1-for-4 game last night, a double in the 7th inning, but was stranded there. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. CJ, of course, got that start on May 11th against Texas. Lasted just a third of an inning before the rains came. Did not come back out after the 2-hour rain delay. Jerome Williams took over in relief, but CJ did start the next day. Got a no decision, but the Angels won that ball game. He went 5 2/3, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits.
Yeah, he did a real nice job that very next day. He had that good fastball working, a lot of ground ball outs.
This is outside. It's 3 balls and a strike. Elvis Andrews on deck. Josh Hamilton to follow. Texas got a first inning run last night. As Kinsler looks at a strike. Full count now. Hamilton had a 2-out double and Beltre with an RBI single. There comes the payoff pitch. Kinsler hooks it foul. Reset and do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Game number 53 for Texas. They are 10 games over 500 at 31 and 21. They've played well out on the road with a 16 and 10 mark. 8 and 8 within the division. Another 3-2, and Kinsler fouls this one straight back.
Well, Kinsler, a guy that likes anything on the inner half of the plate, whether it's a breaking pitch or fastball, very quick on the inner half. There's troubles with all speed pitch, especially down and away.
This one fouled off the right. CJ's coming right after Kinsler with the fastball. Go back to that May 11th start. It was the game in which Texas scored 6 runs in that first inning. CJ getting charged with 4 of those runs. 3-2 is upstairs and lead-off walk. Umpires for tonight's game. Crew chief is Tim McClellan calling the balls and strikes. Brian Runge is over at first base. Ted Barrett is at second, and Marvelous Marvin Hudson is over at third. So CJ, after one batter, will work from the stretch here with a man at first. Nobody out. Elvis Andrews coming up. Andrews 0 for 3 last night, hitting .303 on the season. 24 runs batted in, 13 doubles and 3 triples for Andrews. .382 on base percentage. That pitch just missed low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Wayne, Texas is a club that will run under Ron Washington, and they know C.J. Wilson very well. He's given up 9 stolen bases in 12 attempts against him. They will be aggressive, even though C.J. Wilson, a lefty, generally you don't try to steal as many bases against left-handed pitchers. But the Rangers will try to do that tonight.
2 balls and no strikes. CJ's coming off back-to-back wins against Oakland and Seattle. As good as he has been out of the road, he's been pretty good here at home as well. 2-2 record at 3.24 ERA, 24 strikeouts. Checks in on Kinsler.
Well, his first couple of pitches to Elvis Andrews looked like they were pretty close in the lower part of the strike zone. Tim McClellan is a guy more so is going to call higher strikes, upper part of the strike zone.
Two and one. Tim McClellan very deliberate behind the plate. So if there's a delay in calling the balls and strikes, it's not your television. Two-one pitch. Strike 2.
As you can see there, calling the upper strike zone, Tim McClellan. First couple pitches were right at the knees. So what you look for as a home plate umpire is consistency, and he's definitely been a guy that's always been known to call the higher strike, and you see that right at the top of the strike zone.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes in Andrews, with Kinsler standing at first, Hamilton on deck. Chopper toward third. Cayaspo gets rid of it quickly. Howie's got it. The relay to first is in time. A double play. That goes 5-4-3, 2 down.
Boy, well turned by Howie at second. Didn't think they were going to have a chance to turn that double play against Andrews. Last night, 3 double plays turned against the Rangers. Solid job right here. Cayaspo with the transfer. Nice throw. Perfect feed. Howie out of the way. Strong throw and gets Andrews by half a step.
Here's Hamilton, the left fielder. Got to start at center last night as that breaking pitch is down and in. Josh had a 1-for-4 game, including that double that came with 2 outs. Same defensive alignment as he saw pretty much last night as well. That double going down the left field line. He eventually scored the first run, but it was his only hit. Picking up his 10th double of the season. Still hitting .366, 21 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Hamilton second in the American League in batting average at the start of the day. 2-1. Paul Konerko came in batting .376. Mark Trumbo just behind Hamilton third with a .340 batting average. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Listen low. 3 balls and a strike. And with Hamilton's speed, even though the Angels overshift, Howie Kendrick still on the infield dirt. A lot of times you see a second baseman playing out at shallow right field. Hamilton gets out of the batter's box very quickly. Good wheels.
Well, he does everything extremely well.
3-1. And that is a walk. It's the second walk issued by CJ here in the first inning. And he'll have to face Adrian Beltre with 2 outs and a man at first. 10 balls, 9 strikes so far in the first.
And long at bat against Ian Kinsler to start the game off. End up walking him when he raced on the double play ball.
First one to Beltray is inside. Gentry had a 2-for-4 game last night, extending his hitting streak to 10 games now. Picked up an RBI, his 35th of the year, hitting .323 on the season. Great numbers during that 10-game hitting streak. Hamstring no longer a problem that was bothering him earlier this month. I mean, when we saw him in early May in Texas, I mean, he was doing it basically on one leg.
Yeah, he was swinging a lot of times, almost falling down, but still making good contact. Keeps the bat through the strike zone very well.
2 balls and no strikes.
Well, this is one lineup you don't want to give 3 passes to. 3 2-0 counts already in the game so far for CJ, and then you put himself in great hitters counts. Very difficult to get them out when you do so.
CJ unable to find his strike zone, falls behind at 3 balls and no strikes. He did walk 3 batters in that start against Texas, but struck out 4. The one start he had here in which he really struggled with command was on May the 17th, walking 6 against the White Sox. Lasted just 3 2/3. 3-0 is a strike, 3-1.
That was his last start at home. Had a little bit of a stomach virus. We could just tell he just wasn't feeling right. He was taking a long time in between pitches.
6 walks, matching a career high for him. So 3 balls and a strike. Hamilton standing at first base. No score with 2 outs. A full count. Hamilton will take off with the pitch. Long top of the first inning. 24 pitches thrown by the Angels left-hander. Michael Young hanging out on deck. Here's the payoff, and this one lifted in the air down the right field line, tailing foul into the seats. Beltray, of course, longtime Dodger, Seattle Mariner. One pretty good season with the Boston Red Sox. And now with the Texas Rangers.
Always fit in perfectly in this lineup.
Another 3-2. This one is fouled back.
Well, he had a pretty good hack at that 3-2 fastball. Ideally now, after that fastball there, if you can just turn that fastball over here now, try to sink it down and away, should be able to get a ground ball, because Beltray has real good power to all fields. If it's up in the strike zone, you got to keep it down.
Oh, the off-speed pitch there.
A couple long at-bats against CJ Beltray. This will be the 9th pitch coming up. He had a long at-bat against Kinsler to start the game off.
Two walks in the inning for C.J. Wilson. Picked up a double play ball and trying to get Beltray here to finish off the top of the frame. 3-2. Got him swinging down. Goes Beltray, and the inning finally comes to an end. Here to the bottom of the first. Trout, Cayasco, Pujols to face Yu Darvish in a scoreless tie. as we take a look at Mike Scioscia's starting nine for tonight's game. The Angels, as we pointed out, 4.5 back at Texas, have Mike Trout leading things off at center. It's Alberto Callaspo at third. Albert Pujols at first. Kendrys Morales at DH. Mark Trumbull in left. Torrey Hunter in right field. Howie Kendrick batting seventh and playing second base. Eric Ibar is the shortstop. He'll bat eighth. And Bobby Wilson batting ninth and doing the catching as they take on the 25-year-old right-hander, native of Osaka, Japan, in his first year in the big leagues. His name is Yu Darvish.
Darvish with 66 punch-outs and 61 innings pitched so far. He's got an assortment of out pitches, fastball 90 to 95, slider, cut fastball, curveball, changeup, and split-finger fastball.
Second start for Yu Darvish against the Angels. And the very first one is bouncing the left-handed batter's box for ball one.
One thing you'll notice different from Darvish, he starts out of the stretch position. Generally will not see starters unless there's someone on base. Will you be in that stretch position, but more comfortable throwing strikes there.
The 1-0 pitch downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. This is the first appearance for Darvish in this ballpark. He has pitched at Southern California before, the 2009 World Baseball Classic, pitching in a couple of games at Dodger Stadium. Here's the 2-0. There's a strike, 2 balls and a strike. Mike Trout last night 2 for 4. A triple, 3 runs batted in, hitting .309 with 5 home runs and 19 runs batted in, a .370 on base percentage. 7 doubles and 3 triples for Trout. Beltre playing it at first. Napoli at third, pardon me. Napoli doing the same at first as the breaking pitch is high. 3 balls and a strike, and we'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Bruce Springsteen, born to run. Mike Trout has so much ability as far as putting the pressure on the defense, taking that extra base. Of course, a lot of guys in this lineup for the Angels will take that extra base. So the running game is important against this Ranger ball club.
3-1 chopper towards short. Elvis Andrus gets rid of it quickly. High throw, and Trout is safe at first. Elvis Andrus, kind of a lackadaisical approach. Got to the baseball quickly, had the right mindset to get rid of it quickly, but dropped that elbow, and Trout reaches on the error, and that is the 7th of the season for Elvis Andrus.
Again, we talk about a guy that pressures the defense and runs every baseball out. Routine play most times against most people going down the line. You see Trout so quick, and with that foot off the base by Napoli, ends up being on first. Now you got the pressure on Darvish.
I don't know, Mike's played a lot of first base in his time, but that's one of those plays that, and maybe he just conceded the fact with Trout running. You see a lot of first basemen knowing that the ball's going to tail up, try to do a little swipe tag with the runner going by. And Trout started to go, stays at first base. That pitch misses down and in on Alberto Callaspo.
Boy, that pitch missed by a lot. Toriyama always seems to be in a position where he got fooled on that one. But he was wanting to set up away, and Darvish hit that ball almost behind Callaspo.
Alberto had a 1-for-4 game last night. You see his batting average at .234. Beltre on the grass. Darvish checks in on Trout. Darvish almost throws it away at first base.
Darvish has allowed 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts. Fields his position very, very well. He's had a tough time against the running game.
Trout takes off. The pitch is cut on and fouled off. Mike Trout had a huge jump from first. He'll head back to first base with a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Callaspo.
Boy, did he have a good jump. He's got a good lead, too. Boy, and to look at that, it was a straight steal. He wasn't looking back as far as a hit and run. Especially as a hitter, you can afford to take a pitch when you're ahead of the count 1-0.
Yeah, Dino Abel came down the line to flash some size to both Trout and Callaspo. Beltre still in on the grass. 1-2. Trout with 8 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Reaching on the error by Elvis Andrus. Both teams with base runners in the first. Now the 1-2. Off speed pitch, missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, as we pointed out last night, if you weren't with us, Texas, of course, got off to an incredible start, 17-6, a juggernaut, if you will, as they've rolled through Major League Baseball that first month of the season. Month of May, just a 14-14 record. You can easily look at one thing for the Rangers, as Trout easily gets back in there. Since May the 1st, Texas has allowed a Major League high 26 unearned runs, 6 more than the next closest team. That's the Tampa Bay Rays, who have issued 20 unearned runs, which is uncharacteristic for the Rangers, who played very good defense last year on the way to their second American League pennant.
Well, we saw it last night with Kinsler. He's a very good fielder. We just didn't make the right decision on that ground ball.
Trout takes off. This is pulled and off the glove of Napoli. It'll ricochet to Kinsler, and Callasco is out. And fortunately for the Angels, it's just one out, because otherwise, with Trout taking off, it would have been an easy double play.
Well, again, a big jump, too, by Trout. He's reading Darvish very, very well. He's got 4 or 5 steps in before the baseball is delivered. Fortunately for the Angels, that Napoli didn't catch that ball on the line. That's a routine double play.
Right off the end of the glove.
He was almost like he was the catcher there, trying to catch a fastball on the outside corner.
That's just a 3-4-3 everyday put out for the first out here in the first. Man in scoring position. That's Mike Trout standing at second. Albert Pujols at the plate. Albert with an 0-for-2 game last night. Picked up an RBI and a sacrifice fly. And the first one is a fastball in for a strike. Albert now hitting .240, 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Kinsler just behind Mike Trout on the shortstop side of second base, trying to keep him close to the bag. 3 infielders on the left side against Albert. Pretty close pitch, takes it inside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Darvish in that start against the Angels in Texas, even after the 2-hour rain delay, came back out, faced the Halos, went 5 1/3, and allowed just 3 hits, 2 of which were home runs. Lays off the breaking pitch, 2 balls and a strike. Mike Trout got him for a home run, and Torrey Hunter touched him for a home run.
Look at our Mazda league leaders as far as most wins in the American League. Darvish up there with CC Sabathia, David Price, and Derek Lowe, the Cleveland Indians. Really nice job since coming over that deal.
2-1 pitch. Popped him up. Left side. Elvis Andrus is under it. 2 down. Ran that fastball in on the hands. Trout remains in scoring position with 2 outs, and Kendrys Morales coming to the plate.
The thing about Darvish, when you look at the percentages of pitches he throws during the course of the game, about 50% of his pitches are fastballs. He throws his slider more often to right-handed batters, his curveball to left-handed batters, an equal amount for change-up and split-finger fastball.
He's a guy that if you don't get to early in the count, he pretty much dominates you with 2 strikes. Hitters just hitting .107 against you, Darvish, this year. Gentry steps in with Trout still at second. The breaking pitch is down low. Morales had a 1-for-4 game last night, hitting .293. 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in. And the overshift shifts from the left side to the right side, with Kinsler out at shallow right field. A lot of pitches thrown here in the first inning. C.J. Wilson with a couple of walks, but no damage, as he struck out Beltran in the top of the inning as Gentry swings through this one to even the count.
Some pretty good arms in the outfield here for the Rangers, so you have to get that good secondary lead. Get a good jump if Gentry gets a base hit into the outfield. All 3 with above average arm strength.
High fastball challenged him, comes up empty, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Angels last night 2 for 7 with men in scoring position on the homestand. 11 for 31. That's good for a .355 average. Breaking pitch grounded towards short. Andrus has it. Throws on to first. This one right at the chest of Mike Napoli. The Angels leave a man in scoring position. 1 complete. We are scoreless. with. Richie's more of a bolero.
That's the Tim McGraw look.
That is more Tim McGraw,
Yeah.
isn't it? But I know you're a huge Bon Jovi guy.
Oh, yeah.
Top of the second with no score. Michael Young, the DH, to lead things off. Followed by Nelson Cruz and Mike Napoli. And the first one is a breaking ball up and away. C.J. Wilson threw a lot of pitches in that first inning, 28 to be exact, 15 strikes, walked 2, had 1 strikeout, and a double play ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Young had a 1-for-4 game last night, hitting .280 on the season, 3 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Jams him. Alberto Callaspo cuts it off. There's the first down of the inning. Folks, on Tuesday, the Angels host the Mariners at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels collapsible cooler courtesy of Sparklets while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, just visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com. It's a good looking cooler.
Summertime. It's perfect.
It's a very Fresh Prince of you.
I could multitasking
That's
tonight.
a good tune. And I know he's a Philly guy.
Yes,
I'll go there.
yes,
I
yes.
got it. I know. Nelson Cruz last night, 1-for-4, had an RBI, his 34th run batted in.
You're on a roll tonight.
I tell you what, though, that is one of the best all-time summer time songs.
Yeah, it is.
Hence the name. Summertime.
He is the Fresh Prince.
There's no doubt. One pitch. But he wouldn't have been that fresh had it not been for DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Very true. Very true. Well, you're on a roll. You just continue.
Check swing. Did he go around? No. Brian Runge says he did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nope.
Nope. Close, but definitely Brian got the right call down there at first base.
Pulled foul. This one ricocheting off the top of the dugout. May have clipped someone in that front row. Hopefully everyone's all right. Two balls, 2 strikes on Cruz. With 1 out here in the second, no score. Breaks his bat, loops one down the line. That's going to fall, and that is a fair ball. Cruz on his way to second, and he is in there with a 1-out bloop double.
Well, it's the perfect pitch. The Cruz is able to make contact with it. Breaks the bat off the end of the bat. It's so strong, is able to at least hit it into the outfield and gets it right on the line, just inside the line. In right field for a double. His 13th double of the season.
There's Napoli, who steps in with an out and a man in scoring position. By the way, Cruz picking up his 13th double. Julie just pointed out. Mike Napoli had a 1-for-3 game, hitting .240 on the season, 26 runs batted in. Fastball missing down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Napoli in his 2nd season with the Texas Rangers. A free agent to be. Career high 30 home runs last year, drove in 75, hit .320 as well. CJ falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he was slowed down even in spring training from that ankle injury that he occurred during the World Series. Boy, he had a great postseason for the Rangers last year.
.2-0, just below the knees. 3 balls and no strikes.
Again, Tim McClellan has established in this game he's not going to call the low strike. He will call the high strike. And as a pitcher, you know every umpire's tendencies as far as calling strikes. Already 4 3-ball counts for CJ in this game.
And he walked him. First base open. Take your chances with Torrealba. Hopes that you can induce a double play ball. That's the third walk issued by Wilson to go with one strikeout. And Torrealba will step in. Hitting .222 this year. Limited appearance in that weekend series at Texas, if you recall. Torrealba, when behind the plate, was hit in the head or the mask area as well with a bat. It was taken out of the game as a precaution. Napoli went behind the plate. He had started the game at first. The Angels did not see Torrealba the rest of that weekend. 0-1 pitch. Pulls this one to third. Cayaspa with a backhand. Touches the bag across the diamond. Low throw. Pujols has it. Second double play turned by the Angels tonight. We head to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless. Scoreless here at the bottom of the second inning. Another great crowd on hand all week. Great crowds. Sellout against the Yankees. Should be a sellout. Very close to sellout tonight. Wrapping up this three-game set tomorrow afternoon. 12:35 start. And then a three-game series against the Mariners. Nice 9-game homestand for the Angels. Mark Trumpet will lead things off, followed by Torrey Hunter, then Howie Kendrick. Darvish's first pitch is outside for ball one. Mark went 0 for 4 last night. The average at .340, 10 home runs at 26 runs batted in.
Yeah, Mark Trumbo is a guy that has that great power. He's had some pretty good swings against Darvish, also including a home run.
2 balls and no strikes. Take a look at Yorvi Torrealba on that last warm-up pitch from Yu Darvish. A little pump fake there. I don't know if he
didn't really feel real good, and then he was looking to the dugout from Tim McClellan.
2-0. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. I'm trying to figure out, because if I saw the replay correctly, it looked like Andrus was at second base. Why the pump fake, unless Darvish didn't get out of the way?
Well, you could see there's some discomfort. There's no question about it.
2-1. Strike on the fastball, 2-2. 2-2 on its way. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. There's out number one. Hey, be sure to log on to FoxSportsWest.com. Check out all the features, including the weekend showdown against Texas, the CIF baseball and softball finals, exclusive inside of the Kings. In the Stanley Cup Finals, they are currently playing Game 2 in New Jersey tonight. All that and more at FoxSportsWest.com. That game is tied at 1.
So you might be headed to OT again.
The strikeout of Trumbull, the first for Darvish. Torrey looks at a fastball high for ball 1. Torrey had an 0 for 4 night last night, hitting .246. 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Fouls this one off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Darvish at the start of the game, 61 total innings, 54 hits allowed, 66 strikeouts, 35 walks.
A lot more fastballs out of Darvish in this early part of the game. A little bit of adjustment from his last start against the Angels in Texas.
And it looks like here in the early going, the approach for the Angels has been to kind of look for that breaking pitch. Seen some tardy swings. This one out toward right field, hit pretty well. Nelson Cruz going back, stepping onto the warning track. He'll make the catch for the second out. So 2 outs and nobody on now for Howie Kendrick.
Hit well by Torrey, just short of the wall. But the bottom line is when he starts to hit the ball well that way, that's where you're going to see a good consistent swing, and then the power coming back for Torrey.
Howie 1 for 3, and it was a big one last night. It was the 2-out base hit that got things started for the Angels in the 7th inning. .258 average. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs. 21 runs batted in. One ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow afternoon, Texas will feature the left-hander Matt Harrison. The Angels will counter with Dan Herron, working on regular day's rest. Little chopper to short. Andrews comes in. 1-2-3 inning for you, Darvish. 2 in the books. We are scoreless. 9-1-2 for Texas. Gentry, Kinsler, and Andrews to get C.J. Wilson. See if he can kind of hone in a little bit more on the strike zone. He's been struggling with command. 3 walks and a strikeout, 1 hit allowed. He's been helped out by a couple of double play balls. Gentry with very good speed. Takes the bunt, pulls it back, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Did not see action last night.
Well, initially looked like Gentry was trying to call a timeout and then squared around the bunt. It's been bunting a lot of late.
This one shot to right field, a base hit. Leadoff man is on board for the 2nd time tonight for Texas. Kinsler had a walk to start the game. 2nd hit allowed by Wilson. That'll bring up Kinsler.
Gentry with good speed. 7 stolen bases in 8 attempts.
No at-bats for him tonight with that walk in the 1st inning. This one pulled foul. One thing you'll get out of the Texas Rangers, certainly not afraid to swing the bats at any point in the count. Best hitting team in the American League with a .287 average. 1st in runs, slugging, on base percentage, 2nd in home runs. Kinsler had that big error on that ground ball hit by Meiser Sturis that kept the inning alive last night. His 6th of the year. Wilson checking in on Gentry. Mentioned the speed that he has. He has 7 stolen bases, been caught once. Pretty good lead over at first base. 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Notice in his game so far for C.J. Wilson, when he's thrown his changeup, his delivery is a little bit too quick. And what that does is it drops your elbow, and very difficult to throw that changeup down in the strike zone. He's been elevating that pitch quite often so far.
Just off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Mechanically, what do you do to get him to slow down?
Well, the big thing is he's flying open with that front shoulder, and he's landing too quickly. He's trying to be quicker to the plate with a slide step here in particular. With Gentry at first, you just got to stay within your mechanics like that.
Ground ball towards short. Ibar feeds Kendrick for 1. Relay over to first is in time. A double play, the 3rd turned by the Angels as Gentry went in hard on Kendrick. That play took so long to develop, it allowed Gentry with good speed to get on top of the bag.
But did us a good job, Duke, by Howie to be able to stay in position. That's a good throw over by Ibar, but used that base as somewhat of protection, but a hard slide after the base by Gentry.
The left forearm shiver as well on the way up.
It's still a strong throw to be able to get a 6-4-3 double play against Kinsler. Getting back to mechanics for CJ, much better as far as gathering himself, having more of a hip turn to be allowed to stay down in his zone.
Andrews takes a curveball for ball 1. Elvis grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the 1st. He's 0 for 1. Lines this one into center field. That's a base hit. Trout plays it on a hop. Keeps the inning alive for Josh Hamilton. 3rd hit of the night for Texas.
Number 32, left fielder Josh Hamilton.
Hamilton drew a walk in the 1st. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Hamilton also a free agent to be in the offseason. Nolan Ryan saying yesterday before the game that no progress has been made as far as contract negotiations. Andrews takes off, a broken back ground over to second. Howie's got it. That will end the inning. As we head to the bottom of the third, the Angels have 8-9-1 coming up in a scoreless tie. Authority of the Los Angeles Angels, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. No score. Bottom of the third, Eric Ibar to lead things off for the Angels, followed by Bobby Wilson, then Mike Trout. Facing Yu Darvish, who's coming off a 1-2-3 inning.
Well, see, that's a big curveball that Darvish throws to left-handed batters. A bad idea for Ibar to try to drag a bunt down that first baseline.
One ball, 1 strike. Ibar last night 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch. A .220 average. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 11 runs batted in. Two balls and a strike.
So far, Ibar has seen a curveball, a cut fastball, and now a 2-seam fastball.
.33 pitches thrown by Darvish, 19 have been strikes. He's retired 6 in a row since the error by Andrews off the bat of Mike Trout, as that is yanked foul. It was scary. 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Little tapper foul. Or that little breaking pitch down and in.
Well, he can throw his slider and his cut fastball both sides of the plate. He has real good command with his secondary pitches. His fastball command at times not there for him.
Another 2-2 from Darvish. That's down and in, a full count. Bobby Wilson on deck. Darvish, as we saw in Texas, a little bit more deliberate. Even without base runners, delivers a 3-2, and Ibar lifts one out towards center field. This one chasing Gentry back, still going back at the warning track at the wall, and he makes the catch over the wall for the first out. Robs Eric Ibar of a home run. A terrific play by Craig Gentry in center.
Well, we talked about his speed he has to be able to cover a lot of ground, and he had to cover a ton of ground as that ball just kept traveling to center field. Kept looking where he was at the wall, the warning track, and then leaps up and makes a spectacular play in center.
Never took his eye off the baseball.
Exactly knew where the wall was, where the warning track before he gets to the wall, and then leaps perfectly timed to make that play.
Here's Bobby Wilson with one out, nobody on. 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, pardon me. No balls and 1 strike.
In that high strike zone that Tim McClellan does call. Very consistent.
Bobby hitting 181. 1 RBI. No extra base hits for Wilson. Oh, and 2. Couple of fastballs. John Hester got the start behind the plate in last night's game. Hester started the rally in the 6th inning. With the Angels down 2-0, picking up his first double as an Angel. Eventually scored. The triple by Trout. 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 2 down.
That was his slider right there. Nasty.
Fans, Wednesday, the Angels will be taking on the Seattle Mariners. 7:05 is the game time in the finale of that homestand. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels Hula Girl courtesy of AAA Travel while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office. You know what? You do the hula pretty well.
Especially at my Cowboy hat.
There's a marketing idea. The Gooby Hula Girl. Or Hula Dude? No?
Probably not.
Trout showing bunt, takes upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, I don't know if that would be a real good idea.
You in a grass skirt doing the hula dance? Throw on that Cowboy hat that they gave away tonight.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Be a big seller, I'm sure.
Trout reached on the air by Andrews, so he's 0 for 1. Swings here. It's a little looping liner that Andrews makes the catch on, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. 3 complete here at the Big A. Craig Gentry robbing Eric Ibar of a would-be home run as we play 3. It's still scoreless. robbing Eric Ibar. As we start this top of the fourth inning, Adrian Beltre lead things off against C.J. Wilson, who swings and misses. Beltre, that is, does. It's 0-1. Beltre, Young, and Cruz here for Texas in the fourth. Adrian, the lone strikeout victim for C.J. Wilson. That came ending the first inning. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that time Tim McClellan called the low strike.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Beltre, and there's the first out.
Great job of, as far as changing eye level, going upstairs on an 0-2 pitch. After the fastball down in the strike zone, goes upstairs with the fastball. Beltre likes high pitches, but that one is up too high. With that velocity behind it, gets a swing and miss by C.J. Wilson.
Beltre came into the game 9 for 23 in his lifetime against C.J. He's gone down swinging twice now. As Michael Young steps in, he grounded out. Leading off the second, so he's 0 for 1. He looks at a strike. No balls and 2 strikes for the Bishop Amat High School product, Michael Young. Originally a Toronto Blue Jay. 0-2 outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Went to Texas in the trade for Esteban Loaiza.
I think that worked out pretty well for the Rangers.
Yeah.
I think the best word to describe him is professional. Professional hitter.
This one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Came up as a second baseman. Moved to shortstop with Texas acquired Alfonso Soriano. Moved to third when Elvis Andrews made the jump to the big leagues. Moved to first and DH when Adrian Beltre signed.
He just penciling 200 hits, 300 batting average. Close to 90 RBI every season.
Hit .338 last year. With 106 runs batted in. Little chopper off the plate. It's going to be a tough play. Nobody's going to get Young an infield base hit. So man on with 1 out. Nelson Cruz coming up, and we'll take a look at our AT&T trivia question for tonight. This evening, we pose this question: who are the only 3 Angels to finish a season with a batting average over .330? Trumbo came into tonight's action with a .340 average. Nelson Cruz had a bloop double in which he broke his bat in the second inning. 1 for 1 as he takes that pitch down and in. The double was his 13th of the year. CJ falls behind and 2 balls and no strikes. 2 strikeouts and 3 walks. He's allowed now 4 hits.
Well, a couple times with the man on first, CJ's really quick with his delivery, more of a slide step. Very difficult to maintain his good mechanics when he does that.
2-1. Two-one pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike. You talk about the mechanics, especially with a man at first base. It's understandable with Andrews or a Gentry over there. Even Kinsler to a certain extent. Michael Young's not really known for.
Yeah, he's going to pick his spots. So you got to think in terms of, okay, I've gotten 3 ground ball double plays so far in this game. I'm going to try to stay downstairs with my fastball or changeup.
Well, takes off here. It's fouled back. So full count with 1 out. Texas has rolled into 3 double plays already. If Young was going on 3-1, you figure he'll go on 3-2. Napoli's on deck.
And the Rangers hitting the 3 double plays last night too. Coming into this game, the Rangers only Boston and the Oakland A's have hit into less double plays. So Texas is not a club that generally does hit into double plays, but 6 so far in the series.
Full count on Nelson Cruz with 1 out. Young takes off. The pitch is a swing and a miss. The throw down to second, and that is in time. Make that 4 double plays and strike him out, throw him out variety. The end of the bottom of the 4th. Still scoreless.
Ball is brought to you by the new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on.
Halos have had 1 base runner in tonight's game. That was the error by Elvis Andrus, allowing Mike Trout to reach in the 1st inning. Nice job by Bobby Wilson, completing the strike him out, throw him out double play to end the top of the inning. Callaspo flips one out to shallow center field. And it's a leadoff base hit as the Angels get their first knock of the game.
Certainly not squared up by Callaspo, but placed perfectly into the outfield for a base hit. Slow breaking ball. Stayed back long enough to be able to fight that off into the outfield for a leadoff hit.
See how the approach changes for Yu Darvish now, 2nd time through the order. He got Albert to pop up to the shortstop Andrus in the 1st inning on a fastball inside. First pitch, a breaking ball, missing outside. The 1-0 outside. Boy, that actually bounced. That's a do or die play for Toriyama there, sticking the glove out there, and it goes in there. 2 balls and no strikes.
There wasn't a whole lot of commitment to throwing this fastball even close to the strike zone. Toriyama did a nice job of catching that baseball. I was talking to Tim Sam. We talked about it on the pregame show about what your approach should be against Darvish. His philosophy is to attack off speed because he's not overly aggressive throwing the fastball in the strike zone. Early he did. Now all of a sudden you see him going away from that once again. As far as reluctance to throw that fastball in the middle part of the plate.
Falls behind here, 3 balls and no strikes. Darvish with a couple of strikeouts. No walks, 1 hit allowed. Morales on deck. Trumbo after that if we get that far. Callaspo at first. That is a 4-pitch walk. First to have reached for the Angels here in the 4th. Here comes Gentry. And here comes the AT&T Trivia question answer. 3 Angels to finish season batting over .330.
Ursty's got to be in there, isn't he?
Ursty, Carew, and Vladimir Guerrero.
Rod was an unbelievable hitter. Many times we talked about the scouting report on Rod Carew was throw the fastball right down the middle of the plate and hope he hits a line drive at somebody.
Vladdy's working his way back up. 1 ball, no strikes. Vladdy signing a minor league deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. Moved up to AAA.
Well, Matsui get up to the Rays, Tampa. Hit a home run.
He's off to a good start.
Yeah, he's got a couple home runs.
Yeah. Good old Godzilla. Great guy.
I'm sure they're playing that song there.
There's no doubt. Why wouldn't you? Gentry's with a ground out his first time up. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, I got to believe Mike Maddox is going to make his way out soon. All of a sudden, the mechanics are just going away for Darvish. Well, he threw a 3-0 slider to Pujols to walk him. Now a couple pitches in a row in the dirt. Need patience. Look for a pitch up.
2-0 pitch. Swings through the fastball there, 94 miles per hour, 2 balls and a strike. Alberto Callaspo started this inning off with a bloop single to center, the first hit for the Angels. So then Albert Pujols working a 4-pitch walk.
That's when you want to have a little bit of patience there. 2-0 pitch. Ball starting to read around knee level. It's not going to stay in that plane.
Popped him up. Josh Hamilton, the left fielder, is there. 1 out. Runners remain at first and second. Here comes Mark Trumbo, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. They got Mark on a couple of high fastballs. Challenged him too. Certainly not afraid to come right after him.
That was first time through. He's changed his approach against Angel hitters the 2nd time around. Again, Darvish is a guy that won't give in. He won't necessarily throw a fastball in a fastball count, as we saw a couple times already in this inning.
There's Callaspo standing at second and Pujols at first. First one on its way. Lifted in the air down the line. Playable for Nelson Cruz. 2 down. Callaspo tags. Here comes the throw from Nelson Cruz, and it's cut off. Well, it looked like Callaspo may have left early. We'll see if they appeal it at second base. Looks like Elvis Andrus wants to have an appeal. He did not. So 2 outs now and runners at the corners.
We'll get a real good view here as the ball in the glove. Looked like he was able to hold on there long enough. Good decision too by Callaspo, even though Cruz has a very good arm. Now you're at third base. You got Darvish who throws a split finger fastball, a curveball, and a slider, and at times will overthrow those pitches, even his fastball. So you might be able to get a run across on a wild pitch.
And keep in mind too, it's not on the catch, it's on contact. The ball making contact with the glove is when the base runner can advance. Here's Torrey Hunter, 2 outs, runners at first and third. First one is outside. Torrey drove one out to deep right field. It was caught by Nelson Cruz on the warning track in the 2nd inning. So 0 for 1. Torrey's reaction there looks like a guy that just saw something that he wasn't expecting as far as movement perhaps on a pitch.
That was at 96. That was his 4-seam fastball. He does have a 2-seam fastball and a 4-seam. The 2-seam will sink. The 4-seam fastball will ride away from a right-handed batter or in on a lefty.
The 1-0. Lays off. They wanted a peel. Did not go. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 from Darvish. Breaking ball. Caught the outside corner, 2-1.
Well, that's a hard, true slider. The true slider has very minimal amount of break to it, but just enough to go away from the middle part of the plate. You can see that getting the low part of the strike zone.
Three balls and 1 strike. Darvish spending 7 years in Japan's Central League pitching for Nippon Ham Fighters. 93 and 38 in those 7 seasons. Well, third to first move, courtesy of Steve Busby. Rangers broadcaster, who, by the way, I did ask if he was the creator of that move. Emphatically, no hesitation whatsoever. Yes.
We have to thank him for that one too, then.
Yeah.
As much as possible.
3-1 pitch. Torrey fouls it back, so full count. I asked him if he'd be bummed if they pass the rule and say they get rid of that third to first move. And he said, not really. He said if umpires would call the balk at third base like they do against lefties at first base, it would negate any issues whatsoever.
Yeah, once you cross that pitching rubber, you have to throw the ball home.
You don't think about it either for the right-handed pitcher on that third to first move. Pujols will be off with a pitch here with 2 outs. Callaspo over at third. Here comes the payoff pitch. And Torrey lays off, and they're loaded up for Howie Kendrick. So 2 walks in the inning for Darvish. Go along with the 2 strikeouts. Here comes Howie, who grounded out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. This one fouled down the right field line and out of play.
Got a fastball, jumped on it. We saw him do that against Brandon League in Seattle. Bases loaded, similar situation with that first pitch fastball, heading right back up the middle.
Callaspo at third, Pujols at second, Hunter at first. 0-1 pitch. Chopper to the left side. Beltre cuts it off, has troubles with it, but throws out Howie. And the Angels leave the bases loaded. 4 in the books, still scoreless. of course, Yokohama Tire giving away the black Cowboy hats tonight. The Angels attempting to set a new Guinness Book of World Record tonight for most people wearing a Cowboy hat in one gathering. But the thing is, they got to do it for 10 minutes. The world record count is 751. The countdown clock now reading 9 minutes. So we'll see how that works. The Angels have set a couple of records over the last couple of years. As Napoli went around. No balls in the strike to start this fifth inning. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Kings again. Overtime goal. Kings now with a 2-0 lead over the Devils in the Stanley Cup Finals.
As soon as everyone put those Cowboy hats on, the Kings scored.
Yep.
It's good luck.
It's a good idea. Napoli drew a walk into second. That one is down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike. Almost feel like you're at a rodeo. Almost.
Almost.
Although we did have the cow milking contest last night. Cole Calhoun taking care of business against Robbie Ross. Full count. Awfully Western themed weekend, isn't it?
Does that have anything to do with the Rangers being in town?
No, maybe. Three-two. Napoli takes a called strike 3, and there's out number 1. 4th strikeout for C.J. Wilson.
Napoli know it, but it took a little time for Tim McClellan to let us know. Maybe a little off the plate. Got a baseball and a half off that inside corner.
First one, Torrealba's in for a strike. Swing and a miss at a 2-2. Torrealba rolled into a 5-3 double play in the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. 4 double plays tonight. Check swing. Did not go. 1-2.
Well, that's the thing about C.J. Wilson. He can get a lot of ground balls. Same thing with last night with Jerome Williams, staying down in the strike zone, changing speeds.
.78 pitches thrown by C.J. 44 have been strikes. Command's been a little bit better over the last 2 innings. 2-2. This one just went around the plate. Full count. This one looped foul and out of play. The count remains full at 3-2. Gentry is on deck. 4 double plays the Rangers have hit into tonight. American League record is 6. Baltimore did it earlier this year against the Boston Red Sox. This one's hit down the right field line again, tailing away from Torrey, never laying in his seats.
So always say that's the pitcher's best friend, the double play ball.
Yeah. Major League record 7. The Giants hit into 7 of them against Houston. At Houston, May 4th, 1969. Torrealba fouls it back. That would have been at the Astrodome, right? 69.
Yeah, I think at that point they were in the Astrodome. Couldn't see real well hitters supposedly in that ballpark. Advantage pitchers.
This one hit well out toward left field. Trumbo giving chase, still going back. He played off the wall. Torrealba trying to go to second base. The throw from Trumbo is not in time. A double. Looked like a pitch that was up in the strike zone. Torrealba picks up his 5th double of the year.
Now let's look at our AT&T U-verse replay. See some great defense this homestand. Nick Swisher should have never hit a fly ball out to anyone in the outfield, but Mike Trout robs him of a home run. Then tonight, Eric Ibar thinks he has a home run, but Craig Gentry back to the wall, steals a home run away from Eric Ibar. Would have been his first home run of the season. And a lot of great defense in the infield and the outfield for the Angels. Of course, Gentry here at the plate did a great job against Ibar early in the game.
Here's Gentry on a base hit, his first time up. Hayasma playing in. First one's up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. A hit by Torrealba, the 5th for Texas. Second extra base hit as Cruz had that 1-out double in the second. The 1-0. Strike on the corner. Wilson ahead of the count now at 1-2. Gentry, a 10th round pick by Texas, University of Arkansas, Fayetteville. He was in 2006, 28 years of age. Got into 64 games last year for Texas. It's the alignment that Ron Washington likes to use against the left-handed starters. Use the speed of Gentry out in center field, move Hamilton over to left.
Looks like he shortened up his swing. He looked like before he had a little bit more of a longer swing. See right, first at bat, a base hit in the right field, and even that foul ball. Definitely shorten up his swing, make more consistent contact, utilize his speed.
That world record countdown, I know that you are just waiting for it. Down to 1:30 left. The count is at 35,671 individuals.
I can hardly breathe right now. I might have to loosen up my tie.
After the visit to the mound, the 1-2, they wanted an appeal. Did not go. Brian Ruggie. Two. Full count. Top of the order, Ian Kinsler on deck. The inning started with Wilson struck out Napoli, and then Torrealba, the 2 strikes, doubled off the base of the wall in left field. Three-two out towards center. Playable for Trout. Not deep enough to advance Torrealba. 2 down. There it is. It's as simple as that.
I can breathe now.
Look at the celebration. It's unbelievable. It's just like they held on for the 8 seconds on the ball.
It's a pretty cool sight, though.
It's like an army of ants. Kinsler's drawn a walk and hit into double play. He pulls it foul. It's 0-1. Torrealba in scoring position with that one-out double. 0-2 count. Good off-speed pitch there.
Best changeup of the night so far for CJ. Sold that one well at 84 miles an hour. Great arm slot. Hit his spot.
Don't you almost have to go back there again?
Have to. Even go a little bit further away. You have that option to 0-2.
Yeah, I say that. You see Torrey Hunter cheating in right field a little bit just in case it's off the end of the bat. Little flare. You figure with 2 outs, Torrealba is going to be set regardless. This one lifted in the air, goes with a fastball up, jams him. Pujols backing out into the outfield grass. The inning comes to an end. A world record for Angel fans. The Cowboy hats in the house as we hit to the bottom of the 5th with no score. A between innings. Angels chairman Dennis Kuhl was handed the official certificate from the Guinness Book of World Records. Yes, he's just the chairman of the board.
He is the chairman of the board.
Eight, 9, and 1 for the Angels here in the 5th against Yu Darvish, Ivar, Wilson, and then Trout. First one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric hit that deep fly ball to center field that Gentry caught over the fence. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 1-0. That's in the dirt.
He's trying to sell as if he got hit with the pitch.
2 balls and no strikes.
Look, he tried to turn in to get hit with that one. We can say that from up here because we're not going to get hit with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
There's a strike, 2-1. The reaction after the fact as he crosses the plate, somewhat amusing. I don't want to get hit. It's this dance move that is all the craze in the Dominican Republic now.
It's the Cowboy hat. It's making everyone crazy tonight.
Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch rolled foul. Bobby Wilson on deck. Trout after him. Ibar pulls this one to Napoli at first base. And there's the first out. Halos have managed one hit. That was that bloop single by Alberto Callaspo in the fourth inning. The Angels eventually loaded him up with 2 outs, but ground out by Howie Kendrick ended the threat.
I think when you look back at that fourth inning, though, when Kendrys Morales chased that 2-0 fastball in the dirt.
Yep.
Changed the course of that inning potentially.
No doubt. Looking at a 3-ball, no strike count situation.
A lot of pressure on a pitcher at that point.
Bobby Wilson fouls off the first pitch behind the plate, and it's out of play, and it's 0-1. Bobby struck out swinging in the third inning. Shows bunt and pulls it back, and it's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Right out there with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
So 2 up and 2 down, and here comes Mike Trout, who's reached on an error, hit that little soft liner that Elvis Andrus made the catch on in the third. No runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 4 left on for Texas. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 4 left on for the Angels. Fastball is in for a strike.
He's a little more confident with his fastball tonight. And that's the thing. If Darvish ever starts using that fastball more often, because he could throw it 92 to 96 to go along with his secondary pitches, he could be really tough to hit.
This one lined to left field. Hamilton's not going to get this one. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Trout on his way to second with a 2-out double.
5 straight games with an extra base hit. Mike Trout. Boy, so quick, so short and compact with the swing. Good stride and threw the baseball. Well, as you think, as his career progresses, he's going to hit more and more home runs. He's got a lot of power. Once he starts lifting that baseball, he's got a good chance of getting out of the yard.
Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Boy, born to run. This man right here not only hits the ball hard, but puts so much pressure on the defense, that ability to take that extra base.
Alberto Callaspo swinging at the first pitch, grounds one weakly to short. The inning comes to an end. 5 in the books, no score.
Darvish. And everything the Angels anticipate to be a good breaking pitch. He's had the strikeout working, but C.J. Wilson certainly had the ground ball working. Some great defense, 4 double plays turned by the Angels, and of course, a Guinness World Record. The most Cowboy has scored in one gathering. It's breathtaking here tonight.
Seriously, breathtaking?
Yes.
That's the one word you can come up with.
Yes. Well, that's 2 words, but yes.
I guess in Philly. Top of the 6th inning with no score. Elvis Andrews lead things off. Looks at a strike. Andrews, Hamilton, and Beltre here against C.J. Wilson. Has 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Andrews 1 for 2, a double play ball in the first inning, a single in the third.
Well, you can see right there the frustration. Last 2 pitches for C.J. Wilson, real quick. Through his mechanics, first a changeup, then a fastball. Bottom line for C.J. and all pitchers, you want to gather yourself and have good balance over the pitching rubber. You don't want to be too quick. It makes your front shoulder fly open.
3 balls and a strike. A lot of deep counts for Wilson tonight. Ran up the pitch count early. 96 now. Full count. Payoff pitch. Foul tipped it off the body of Bobby Wilson. Reset, do it again. Handles have stranded 5 men. Another 3-2. Lifted in the air to right. Torrey Hunter drifting back on it. He's there, puts it away, 1 out. Up steps Josh Hamilton, the left fielder. Hamilton today has drawn a walk and grounded out. Little dribbler back out to the mound. CJ has it. Throws to first. 2 down on the 100th pitch of the night. Take a look at our GoPro camera out of the bullpen. Bobby Cazares is up and loose. Breathtaking shot there of the bullpen. Here's Adrian Beltre with 2 outs and nobody on. Beltre, a couple of strikeouts. He's 0 for 2. Breaking pitch. Just missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
I think CJ wanted that pitch right there, a curveball. Might have went around the back part of the plate, but he wanted that pitch.
Two and one. Two-one pitch. Fastball right down the pipe, 2-2.
He's been effective throwing that fastball inside against Beltre. Reason why it's been effective because he's been able to throw off-speed pitches away against him.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Beltre. A 1-2-3 breathtaking inning for C.J. Wilson as we head to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless. A 1-2-3 inning. The Angels here in the bottom of the 6th inning have Pujols, Morales, and Trumbo coming up. Yu Darvish has thrown 72 pitches, 44 have been strikes. 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. Albert 0 for 1 with a pop-up and a walk. Fastball is in for a strike. The 0-1 pitch on its way. No balls, 2 strikes. Two hits on the night for the Angels. Single by Callaspo, double by Trout. Lifted in the air, shallow right. Napoli going out, Cruz coming in. Napoli getting turned around and it falls in for a hit. Pujols trying to go to second base and in there with a double. Ian Kinsler with a swipe tag. Kinsler thinks that he may have got him on the shoulder before the foot touched the base.
Man, that was
no
pretty
argument
close
from the Rangers dugout.
Well, that looked like it was going to be trouble from the get-go. You got Nelson Cruz playing extremely deep and right. Mike Napoli, the only player on that side of the field, has to go back and try to catch that baseball. Go back trying to find the baseball, reaches up. Ball checks up and then tried to pick it up and then realized Albert was going. Boy, I think he did get him.
Yeah, he sure did.
That was a great tag by Kinsler.
Ted Barrett, the second base umpire, making the call safe. Watch the tag here before the foot got on the bag. Morales takes a strike and it's 0-1. It is a double for Pujols, his 11th of the year. Now they've made a change. It's not a double. It's going to be an error on Napoli. That's kind of a tough error, I think. One ball, one strike.
Well, it didn't even seem like it hit Napoli's glove.
And not only that, you got a first baseman backpedaling out to the outfield. If he was capped underneath it, I get it. Somehow I believe that'll change to a double. Morales fouls it off the left.
Well, he had a good pitch to hit there. Well, that's what you want for Gentry against Darvish here. You want to make sure you bring the fastball up high enough, around thigh high, to be able to get good contact on it. If it's going to be below the knees, very difficult to make good contact because it's going to have sink on it or potentially a split finger fastball.
Here's the 1-2. Lays off the breaking pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gentry's tonight is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly ball to left. The error by Napoli, the second of the night for Texas. They now have 31 on the season. Napoli picks up his 4th. A full count.
Let's see if the Angels could take advantage of another miscue by Texas. Last night it was Kinsler not making the play at second base. This time it's Mike Napoli at first base.
Full count, Trumbo on deck, nobody out, Pujols standing at second. Pujols takes off for third. Gentry strikes out swinging. And it's a stolen base for Albert. But Gentry gets tied up once again on that breaking pitch down and in, 1 out.
Third stolen base of the year by Pujols. Again, Pujols is the guy that reads pitchers well, and when they're not paying attention, then very to look back to second base. He's able to walk in easily for his third stolen base of the year.
That'll force the Rangers, to bring their infield in against Mark Trumbo.
You can see back in that replay that Darvish didn't even look back at Pujols.
So Gentry really has become extremely susceptible to that breaking pitch in off the plate. Here's Trumbo with 1 out and a man at third. Scoreless tie. Late on the fastball, and it's 0-1.
Well, he had the appearance he was looking for something off speed with that swing.
He's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a fly ball to right. I mean, with a fastball like Darvish's, especially the mid to upper 90s, you have to be looking for that and try to make the adjustment on the breaking pitch, you would think. 0-1 pitch. We'll chop it to the left side. Beltre has it. Bobbles it. Pujols will score. Trumbo safe at first. The Angels are up 1-0.
Beltre now more than likely will get an error on that, his 5th error of the season. 3rd error of the game by the Rangers. Coming back, a gift run. Got to take advantage of that. Angels always going on contact. Would have been a difficult throw for Beltre to home. And then Trumbo running hard down the line. Beats out as the transfer to look to go to home for Beltre. The ball slips out of his hand. And Trumbo able to beat it out, safe at first base.
Would have been an interesting play at the plate.
That would have been a tough throw. He's throwing across his body there.
Across his body. Got the base runner running on the inside part of the baseline.
You would think it's going to tail that throw into the runner going down the line also. Been a break for the Angels. A couple breaks in this inning.
3 errors overall for Texas tonight. Trumbo over at first. Here's Torrey Hunter. 0 for 1. He had a fly ball to right, and he has walked.
Well, how about that, though? Pujols stealing third base to put themselves in the position to get the run on the error made by Beltre at third. Ran hard on that ball just over Napoli's head. He got into scoring position to begin with. That aggressive base running.
Go 2 count. Oh, 2 to Torrey. This is fouled back. Jordan Walden just about ready to go. He'll be coming on in the 7th, it appears.
It looked like
Michael
the way
Young, Nelson Cruz, and Mike Napoli.
CJ was walking away in the dugout with his glove and hat and jacket. And that swing, maybe Torrey might have hurt his wrist.
Rick Smith, the assistant trainer, out to visit with Torrey.
Right away, he's shaking his hand.
Lays off the slider.
Well, that's a tough pitch to lay off, especially after your wrist is a little bit sore after that foul ball and the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Try to hold your swing off on a nasty slider off the plate.
Halos with a run here in the 6th inning. Pujols' pop-up dropped by Napoli in shallow right. He ended up at second, stole third. Scored on the error by Beltre. 1-2. Fouled back, just got a piece of it. Or did he? Nope. Now Torrey asking Tim McClellan. Torrey thinks he fouled it back. McClellan saying he didn't.
It's been an odd inning for the Rangers defensively here. Well, you would think the way Toriyama went after the ball that it must have been deflected.
Yeah. So I guess it goes down as a strikeout pass ball, advancing Trumbo to second base. 2 down. Man in scoring position. Howie lays off the slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Kendrick is 0 for 2 twice, having grounded out to short.
And again, Torrey can't go down to first base anyhow there because that base is already occupied with less than 2 outs.
Even with the base runner in motion. Pitch. 2-1. That's almost an Ernesto Frieri fastball in on a right-handed batter. As we take a look at the Kia standings. 4.5 game deficit for the Angels behind Texas. Seattle and Oakland both won today.
Boy, 2-0 fastball. Well, you got to make sure it's over the plate where you can drive it.
2-1. Fouled back. 2-2. Trumbo standing in scoring position at second base, courtesy of the pass ball by Toriyama. 1-0 Angels. 2-2 on its way. Breaking pitch got him swinging. The inning comes to an end. The Angels do get a run as we played 6. 1-0 Angels.
And we're going to take a look at 2 of the premier hitters in baseball. Josh Hamilton, very little movement, strong hands, quiet through the zone. Same thing with Albert. Not a lot of movement, great center balance, and strong, powerful swings because not too much movement and quiet, swift hands through the baseball. You see both of them able to keep their heads still and hands through and getting that baseball out in front. And that was a freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Halos up by the score of 1-0, top of the 7th. Jordan Walden has come on in relief of C.J. Wilson. Jordan will face Michael Young, Nelson Cruz, and Mike Napoli. Or in and out. Who's in, who is out? Walden in, Wilson done and out. 6 innings for CJ, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, no runs.
18 punch outs and 16 2/3 innings pitched for Jordan. Has been much better with his slider and changeup along with his 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Goes with a breaking pitch on the first offering to Young, misses down and away. Michael Young 1 for 2, a ground ball to third base. He had a single in the 4th. Two balls and no strikes. Walden last pitched in Monday's game against New York, went 2 innings. 2-1. First time in his major league career had gone a full 2 innings. Gave up 2 hits, struck out 2 and walked a man, allowed no runs. And picked up the win in relief. That was that walk-off victory. Second win of the season. Two and two.
Wow, perfect location at 97. Right on the corner at 97. Virtually unhittable pitch.
Full count. He walked him. Leadoff man is on board via the walk, and that's the one thing you cannot do with this Texas team is gift base runners.
Number 17, Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz will step up, with nobody out of the man at first. Cruz with a double and a strikeout. Takes a strike. Walden finally with a shot is ready and a throw to first. No action in either bullpen as of right now. Darvish has thrown 93 pitches and has allowed just 2 hits. Texas having committed 3 errors. 0-1 pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, so far in the game, Jordan is overthrowing his slider. Been an effective pitch for him of late, but not tonight so far.
Ground ball through the hole on the left side. It's a base hit. The first 2 have reached for Texas here in the 7th.
Number 25, first baseman.
So a walk and a single puts 2 on with nobody out, and Mike Napoli coming up. Napoli has walked and struck out. 0 for 1 tonight. One ball, no strikes. 10 pitches thrown by Walden, 6 balls, 4 strikes so far. A crucial situation, needing him to throw more strikes and get ahead of hitters. Young standing at second and Cruz at first. 2-0.
What it comes down to is that trust in your ability and your stuff. And we're just going off the outside part of the plate.
Two and one.
Well, the Angels have been able to turn a number of double plays so far in the series. They can sure to use a double play right here with Napoli if he hits the ball on the ground and an infielder.
Fouled straight back, 2-2. Two on its way. Outside, full count. Bobby Casaval loosening for the Angels now. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off to the right. Young leading off at second. Pretty good lead for him. Another 3-2. This one's fouled off. Napoli helping Walden out there. Facing a pitch off the plate.
Well, and then when you're facing a pitcher that throws that hard, sometimes you don't have that time to think. Location is trying to make contact.
Another 3-2. This one down the right field line, tailing away from Hunter, and that is a foul ball. Again, Napoli in that protect mode, taking a shot down that right field line.
Boy, just trying to shorten up his swing, trying to make some contact. Next pitch thrown to Napoli would be the 9th pitch he's seen from Jordan Walden.
Walked him. Bases are loaded. So Jordan Walden has issued 2 walks, given up a hit in a 1-0 game here, the 7th. The guy living in the upper 90s seems to be content trying to nibble on the outside corner, which is fine if you're capable of nibbling on the outside corner, throwing strikes at will.
That's the thing. When you walk that leadoff batter, it changes the thought process on the mound. And you have to worry about a hit and run, a steal. All those things come into play. Well, generally, if you're a pitcher, especially coming out of the bullpen, that first batter is so important to be able to get out, take away options from your opponent as far as what the manager might put on.
Here's Torrealba with the bases loaded. He looks at a strike. Torrealba tonight is 1 for 2. Double play ball in the 2nd inning, doubled in the 5th. Time is called. A baseball has come out onto the outfield grass in left field, so Trumbo has to retrieve it. Young at third, Cruz at second, Napoli at first. Nobody out here the seventh of a 1-0 game. Angels getting their run at the bottom of the sixth. 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball. This is a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halos playing back, looking for that double play ball. Fouled back, 1-2.
Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to limit the damage if you can. Perfect scenario, a strikeout here by Walden, then you set up the potential double play ball. And also, especially when you have fastballs away like Jordan is throwing, there's always that chance you get a ground ball back to you on the mound as a pitcher, and you go home to first.
The 1-2. Chopper towards third. Callaspo's going to come home. They get the force out. Almost a bad throw by Callaspo. And Bobby Wilson does a heck of a job of keeping the foot on the bag for 1 out.
Fortunately, that's a force play. Otherwise, it's going to be a run for the Rangers as Bobby Wilson not only has to try to keep his foot on the plate, but also catch his slow throw. Be able to drag his foot on the plate, force play. Boy, a good throw. You might have a chance at a double play there.
So Cruz ends up at third base. Napoli at second. Toriyama reaches on the fielder's choice, and we get a pinch hitter coming up here. David Murphy is announced, and that's going to be it for Jordan Walden. Bobby Casavon was up and loosening, and Mike Scioscia is going to go to the bullpen here. So still in a heap load of trouble with the bases loaded, but 1 out now in the seventh. The Angels up 1-0.
New Southwest Patty Melt from Carl's Jr. with jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and Santa Fe sauce. It's a spicy twist on a classic burger. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Dodge.
Halos up 1-0. Bases loaded, though, for Texas with 1 out. Bobby Casavon is called on to try to get David Murphy here. Casavon pitching just in his second game with the Angels this year. 3 1/3 innings of relief work. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. No place to put David Murphy. Left-hand hitter announced before the pitching change. He'll take over for Gentry in the 9th spot in the order. Nelson Cruz, the man at third. Mike Napoli at second, and Yorvi Toriyama at first base. David Murphy hitting .259 this year. Got to start last night at left field. 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. 2 for 4 as a pinch hitter, 3 runs batted in. First one, missing inside. 1 ball, no strikes. All 3 base runners, the property of Jordan Walden, who went 1/3 of an inning. Walked 2 and gave up a hit. Murphy last night went 1 for 3. Good speed. Here's the 1-0. Lofts this one fouling out of play. Evens a count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Murphy very difficult to double up. Again, we've seen him in the past. He's very quick on pitches inside. A little different approach on something either fastball away or something off speed away against him.
He is a down and in guy. Loves to turn on the baseball. The 1-1 fouls this one back. 1-2. That may have gotten a piece of Bobby Wilson. What we did see from Bobby Kazavon, his first big league outing this season, was the development of that changeup, that off-speed pitch, living at about 85 miles per hour.
Again, down and away, very effective against Murphy. Up and away, though, that's the ball he may be able to make some contact to hit that into the outfield.
Those 3 1/3 innings of relief came in that Monday game, and he came on for the injured Jared Weaver in the first inning. One ball, 2 strikes on Murphy, the pinch hitter, with the bases loaded. Kazavon's 1-2, and this is lifted in the air to center. Playable for Mike Trout. Nelson Cruz is tagging from third. Trout with the catch. The throw is coming home, and it's cut off, and this game is tied at 1. A sacrifice fly for David Murphy. 2 down.
It's one of those throws, too, you would think, though, when looking back on it, Mike Trout might think in terms of throwing that ball to third base. Again, right here, if Bobby Kazavon can get through this inning, only 1 run allowed. That's a job well done.
That run gets charged to Walden. Napoli at third now. Torrealba still at first. And now Kazavon having to deal with Ian Kinsler, the leadoff man and second baseman, who has walked, hit into a double play, and he has popped out. Way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Six hits for Texas. They've committed 3 errors and left 4 on base. The Angels, 2 runs, no errors, 6 men left on. 1-0 pitch, grounded to short. Ibar has it, fires to second. The inning comes to an end. Could have been a lot worse, but Texas ties it up. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. We're knotted up at 1. David Murphy saves the game. He remains in left field. Josh Hamilton moves from left over to center. Yu Darvish still out there, having thrown 93 pitches. He'll be facing 8, 9, and 1 for the Halos here in the 7th inning.
long half inning. He had to sit on that bench. So maybe Darvish will make a mistake in this inning. So far in this game, he's been very good. His 2 hits allowed, 1 unearned run.
Ibar's 0 for 2 tonight. Shows bunt, drops it on the first base line. Darvish picks it up, bobbles it, and Eric Ibar will reach. Gotta be an infield base hit, you would think.
Yeah, that long time you're sitting on the bench, and the first play of the inning is a bunt you have to come running in on. He was in position to be looked up to make the throw, and then the ball falls out of his glove. Darvish known to be a very good fielding pitcher, but on that play, unable to make the play.
Wilson trying to sacrifice, fouls it back. Scott Downs loosening down. Wilson 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts against Darvish. Beltre anticipating the bunt at third. Wilson offers at it. It's 0-2.
I mean, Darvish is a smart pitcher going upstairs with the fastball, but Bobby Wilson's got to let that one go. Now, throwing a fastball upstairs is very difficult to bunt that ball on the ground. Most times you'll pop it up.
(0-2). And Wilson goes down for the first out. Unable to get the sacrifice down. 0 for 3 tonight for Bobby. Back to the top of the order now with Ibar still at first and Mike Trout coming up. Trout tonight 1 for 3. Doubled his last time up in a game with 2 outs. In the 5th inning, he was stranded in scoring position.
With speed at first and speed at the plate, you got to have something going on if you're Mike Scioscia. Mike's very aggressive with guys with speed.
You would think so. Ibar with 4 stolen bases this year. He's been caught stealing once. The Angels have 1 stolen base tonight. That was Albert Pujols, stolen base at third base in the 6th, his first of the year. Breaking pitch, missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The double by Trout in the 5th inning, his 8th of the year. 5 consecutive games in which he has picked up an extra base hit. Beltre at third, guarding against the bunt. Outfield straight up for Texas against Trout. A little bit deeper than normal. Cruz straight up and right. Looks like Murphy and Hamilton just a step back.
Well, that's a good thing when you have Eric Ibar with that speed at first base, is taking the focus away from Darvish. Well, Mike Trout. Mike Trout has come through with so many clutch hits this year for the Angels.
Good lead for Ibar at first. And Trout looks at a strike to even the count.
Almost looked like Trout was taking the pitch for let Eric Ibar try to steal the base.
Longest outing of the year for Yu Darvish, 8 1/3. That was back on April 24th against the Yankees. Another big lead for Ibar at first. Doesn't go. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Now Darvish had 100 pitches thrown. Boy, a lot more fastballs in this game as compared to the game down in Texas.
Pitch count doesn't seem to have been an issue for Darvish as far as getting up there. He's thrown 118, 112, 119, 121. Just 25 years of age. He's limited the Angels to just 3 hits. That's exactly what he did at 5 1/3 his first time out. Ibar takes off. The pitch is down low. The third out from Torrealba. One hops Kinsler. It's a stolen base, a rather easy one. The 5th of the year for Aaron. And clearly the shoulder or the arm is bothering Torrealba, as we saw earlier in this game.
Way to try to short arm that throw. A lot of times, whether you're a pitcher or a catcher, you're just trying to find a comfortable spot to throw the ball as quick as possible. And against Darvish, you're going to get an assortment of off-speed pitches at times, overthrow the fastball in the dirt. It's worth the gamble to try to steal against them.
Trout with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, 1 out. Callaspo's on deck. Ibar in scoring position.
I think Tim McClellan's telling Mike Trout no more as far as stepping out.
I don't think Mike Trout really appreciates what Tim McClellan is telling him right now. He kind of looked over towards Dino Evil and toward the dugout. Two-two. Fouled off.
Pretty good piece of survival there for Mike Trout. That was a pretty tough fastball down at 94. Just fouled it off. See the different approach he takes with 2 strikes as compared to ahead of the count. Shortens it up. Tries to make contact. Utilize that speed. Strong enough to fight that ball into the outfield.
And now with the man at scoring position, all 3 outfielders playing in a little bit. 2-2 again. Chopper towards short. Ibar is going to go to third base. Andrews says that Ibar made contact. No play is made. Why Elvis Andrews would stop the play is beyond me. You can argue after the fact, but the Angels will certainly take it as Trout will reach, and it's got to be ruled an infield base hit.
It looked like the baseball was directed anywhere different. Tell you what, he was waiting back on that baseball. He's not throwing out Trout anyhow. You cannot wait back in the infield, especially on that side of the field with Trout running.
Well, Ted Barrett didn't see any contact with a baseball, so Ron Washington heads over to Marvin Hudson at third base. I mean, it's been a tough night defensively, tough series defensively for Texas. We talked about the unearned runs issue that they've had in the month of May. But as a defender here, how do you stop yourself from making the play because you think that the ball made contact? Whether it did or didn't, why are you stopping? That's what I don't understand. The Angels will take it. That goes as an infield base hit for Trout.
Well, there's been a couple times on ground balls, slow ground balls in the infield that the Angels base runners have tried to screen the infielder. Pujols almost did it against Beltre earlier in the game.
So first and third, 1 out, Callaspo up.
Callaspo just look inner half for a fastball here. That's the pitch he can drive in the air to be able to get Ibar home.
Ibar at third, Trout at first. You figure Trout will be taking off. Beltre playing in the old third to first.
Well, Darvish has kept his composure considering some of these plays not made by his defenders in the field.
Tell you what, that's one thing we noticed in that start in Texas also. Doesn't seem to get rattled a whole lot. Trout takes off. No throw. And the Angels have runners at second and third. An 0-1 count on Callaspo. Ninth stolen base of the year for Mike Trout. The infield now in. Outfield very shallow and swung around the opposite way for Callaspo. You see Murphy toward the line, Hamilton towards left center. Oh, 1. This one base hit to right field. Ibar is going to come in to score. Trout will be stopped at third. The Angels are back on top 2-1.
Boy, he got that pitch out. And Callaspo doesn't miss anything in the inner half when it's elevated. We saw him do it against King Felix in Seattle with the bases loaded coming off the bench. A clutch hit by Callaspo there. Fastball up, drilled in the right field.
That's such a nice level swing. We've grown, especially on the middle half away for Alberto, that loopy swing that produces the fly ball to left field. Nice, easy level swing on that fastball. Picks up his second hit and notches his 16th run batted in.
Well, I think it comes back to the approach that Callaspo had. He was looking for something on the inner half. That was the pitch he's going to have a better approach at and hit harder. And he did so, getting another RBI. His 16th RBI.
Robert Pujols to face Yu Darvish. Texas starting to get action going in their bullpen. Darvish had 105 pitches. Albert tonight is 0 for 2. Reached on the air by Napoli and scored in the 6th inning. Takes a fastball for a strike.
You think that's the approach you're going to take against Albert? Going to try to run fastballs hard in on him. Try to jam him. But the danger is when you're up over 100 pitches, if you try to go inside, you make a mistake. That's the ball that Pujols can crush.
0-1 pitch. Down and in. Evens the count. Koji Uehara, the right-hander, is loosening now. Koji pitched an inning last night. Here's the 1-1. Breaking pitch downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. A huge play so far in this inning was the non-play by Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, on the chopper off the bat of Mike Trout. Elvis stopped and pointing to Ibar, saying that the ball made contact with Ibar. But neither umpire, Barrett or Hudson, made that call. Step off throw to first.
We wonder if Darvish is going to throw anything near the plate against Pujols here.
Two 2-1 pitch. That's up and in. 3 balls and a strike. Kendrys Morales on deck. 3-1 pitch. Swinging through the fastball there, full count.
There's still a lot of life in that fastball. 110th pitch of the game. That one at 94. The fastball count, getting the fastball by Pujols.
Trout standing at third base and Kayaspo over at first. One out. Here's a 3-2. Kayaspo goes, and it's ball four. They're loaded up for Gentry. Ron Washington making his way out, and that's going to be it for Darvish, who had really dominated Kendrys Morales in this game. Koji Uehara will come on in relief. All three base runners, the property of Darvish. We've got ourselves a pitching change. We're at the bottom of the seventh. The Angels with a run in, but still looking for more. They lead it 2-1.
Taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer.
Front of the seventh inning. Bases loaded for the Angels with one out. Yu Darvish no longer in the game, and he departs with the bases loaded after throwing 111 pitches. 5 hits allowed, 0 earned runs so far, 7 strikeouts and 3 walks.
Uehara coming in to take over for Darvish. I'll tell you what, Darvish threw the ball exceptionally well. Great poise he had, too. Uehara is a guy with 21 strikeouts and 19 2/3 innings pitched. Fastball, 86-90, not overpowering, but he spots it very well. He has a slider, will also throw a changeup, and a very good above-average split-finger fastball. So your goal, if you're Kendrys Morales, you're trying to get him to throw that fastball, get it around belt high or thigh high, because if it starts at the knees, you have to let that baseball go. Otherwise, you're going to hit it into the ground.
Mentioned Uehara pitched last night. Went 1 inning, gave up a base hit. The base hit came to Kendrys Morales in that 8th inning. We just showed you the base runners. Trout at third, Kayaspo at second, Pujols at first. Kendrys tonight 0 for 3. A ground out, a fly ball to left, and a strikeout. Texas, of course, playing their infield back, looking for that inning-ending double play. Beltre off the line at third. Napoli deep at first. First pitch on its way, and Kendrys takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Good patience right there. They're not become overly aggressive. Bring the pitch up in the strike zone if you can, so you can hit the ball in the air.
Off the plate, 2-0. Pitch. Morales loops one out toward right field, not hit very deep. Cruz makes the catch. Tagging is Mike Trout. Here's the throw to the plate, and Trout is safe. 3-1 Angels. Torrealba thrown out of the game. Here comes Ron Washington as Kendrys Morales picks up the sacrifice fly. Time was called as Pujols tries to take second base. Morales picks up his 18th RBI of the season.
That's amazing speed, though, by Trout. That's a perfect throw by Nelson Cruz from right field. It did appear as if that foot got in before the tag was applied. Well, Trout is just so fast. Well, the Angels have certainly used their wheels in this game to score some runs.
Torrealba's been ejected. Now he's telling Ron Washington. Torrealba has no idea he's been ejected. Tim McClellan tossed him immediately. So Napoli's going to have to come and do the catching behind the plate. Now he realizes he's been tossed. So 2 runs in for the Angels here in the 7th. Morales picks up the sac fly. 2 outs. The Angels have runners at first and third. I believe Callasco advanced to third. We know Pujols tried to advance to first, or to second, I should say, but had to go back. Here's the throw. Great throw by Nelson Cruz on a ball not hit very deep. And tough to tell in that angle there. The back of the plate was open. There's the ejection. The question is how quickly does Torrealba apply the tag? Here's a
great angle right now.
Very good angle.
Boy, it's so close. It looks like the foot might have got the plate before the tag was applied.
Tough to tell.
One thing's for sure, nobody else would make that play even close.
That ball was not hit very deep at all. There's that angle once again.
Boy, the tag is about ready to be applied.
Where's the foot in relation to plate?
There's the tag made as a foot on the corner of the plate. Boy, in that angle, Tim McClellan sees that the foot's on the plate as a tag is being applied to Trout's leg.
I mean, there's no hesitation.
Boy, what a great throw, though. What a great throw by Cruz.
Unbelievable throw. So Mitch Moreland is over at first base. Napoli is now doing the catching. 2 outs. It's first and second. Callasco had to be returned to second base. Here's Mark Trumbo to face Uehara. Swinging through the first one, and it's 0-1.
That's 3 runs the Angels have scored today, and there's been a distance of about 100 feet with those hits.
Yeah. Callasco at second, Pujols at first. Trumbo fouls this one back. Ball's in the bare hand. You're taught to catch the baseball, put it in your bare hand, put it back in the glove, and apply the tag.
Because if you tag him with the glove without the ball in the glove, it's not an official tag there, so he's going to be safe. It has to be in the glove.
I can't imagine that Tim McClellan would have been able to see it from that angle with the body of Torrealba blocking him. No balls and 2 strikes on Trumbo. Fouls it straight back.
But it still seems as if Tim McClellan has a good view of the plate as far as when the tag was going to be applied to Mike Trout.
This one foul back. Boy, bang, bang play once again. This is real speed right here.
And Tim McClellan was pretty confident right away in his call. He was in position. He thought he had a good view.
And that's the one thing you run into. It's a tough play for a catcher, having to look toward right field and blind to where the runner is at, especially when you're giving up the back end of the plate. 0-2 pitch again, foul tip. You have no idea where that base runner is coming down the line, what approach he's taking, if he's going to take a big sweep slide and try to get the hand in there or not.
And what do you think, though, that play right there, you would think you have a little bit of time to be able to get yourself in position to make a tag, but Trout's so fast. Texas did everything perfectly well in that play, but Trout was able to get that part of the plate.
I'll be honest with you, I still don't know if he was safe or out. That's how close the play it was. Here's the 0-2. Fouled again. Now, technically speaking, he was safe because that's what Tim McClellan called it. But via replay,
run up there, it has to upstairs. It was a safe route. What the umpire say? He said safe.
Exactly. I mean, the beauty of what we get to do is that we get a chance to look at replays and then decipher whether or not it was an out or a safe call. Pujols at second base looked like he was out on that error by Napoli. Albert perhaps shouldn't have scored in the 6th inning, but that's just how things have played out. Another 0-2. This one's off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This inning still goes back to that ground ball to Elvis Andrus. Fouled it back.
Nice,
that was with 1 out here in the 7th.
And I think, the way, because he played back on that baseball, he knows he has no chance to throw out Trout. And it was a good job, too, by Ibar to screen him, get out of the way. And once that ball had that second hop right there to Andrus, he's not throwing out Trout. There's no way he's throwing him out at first.
One, 2. Fouled it off, spoiled off another good pitch.
He's fought off some tough pitches in location. Well, at some point you think Uehara is going to make a bad pitch and Trumbo is going to connect. But all 9 of these pitches have been very, very difficult even to foul off.
This one yanked foul. Dino Ebel's worst nightmare.
He's still trying to breathe over there.
You can exhale now.
Garvis certainly did his job on the mound today.
Foul back.
Now there's a couple of mistakes made now. We thought during this process, the more pitches thrown, the more opportunity you're going to make a mistake for Mark Trumbo. And back-to-back pitches, Uehara made a mistake with and fouled that one straight back.
It's Mark Lowe getting ready in the Texas pen. Two runs in for the Angels here in the 7th. They lead at 3-1, looking for more. Trumbo tonight an 0 for 3 now. A strikeout, a fly to right. Did reach on the error by Adrian Beltre in the 6th inning. Another 1-2. This one hammered but foul down the left field line. And maybe the last time Uehara tries to come inside with an off-speed pitch.
I got to believe this next pitch is going to be in the dirt. Going to try to expand the strike zone, through some sort of breaking pitch away and in the dirt.
Sellout crowd here tonight, 44,227 in the house. Mike Trout with a multi-hit game. Coming back inside, this one's hit in the air down the left field line. David Murphy moving over. And the left fielder will make the catch. The inning finally comes to an end. The Angels strike for 2 runs here in the 7th on a couple of hits. Leave 2 on. 7 in the books. The Angels lead it 3-1. Stroud scoring the 3rd run on the sac fly by Kendrys Morales. And he'll be playing left field now, as there's a new center fielder. Peter Borges comes into the game. He'll patrol center. The Angels will have a new pitcher on the mound as Scott Downs takes over for Bobby Casalval.
A lot of speed in that outfield now for the Angels is Scott Downs. Thinks the mound has been throwing the ball exceptionally well again this year for the Angels. 19 innings pitched, just 4 walks, 12 punch-outs, fastball 88 to 90. Good slider, good changeup.
Bobby Casalval ended up getting the last 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Gave up a sac fly and got a fielder's choice. It's all zeros for him. Walden got charged with the run. Downs here in the 8th inning to face Andrews, Hamilton, and Beltre. 2, 3, and 4 for Texas. Elvis Andrews tonight is 1 for 3. A base hit back in the 3rd. First one is a strike on the outside corner. Downs last night went 1 inning. He pitched the 8th. Gave up a hit to Beltre, but got Michael Young to hit into a double play, and also picked up a strikeout. And that was of Josh Hamilton. A 1 pitch inside. Evens a count at a ball and a strike. Of the 3 runs the Angels scored tonight, only 1 earned against Darvish. That one just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Oh, pardon me, 2 earned for Darvish of the 3. 2-1 pitch. Outside. 3 balls and a strike. Josh Hamilton on deck. Three-one from Downs. Andrews takes outside. It's a leadoff walk. Second consecutive inning in which Texas has been issued a leadoff walk. Something that we'll see Scott Downs do a whole lot of. Just the fifth walk that he has issued in 19 plus innings.
He's generally always around the plate. He missed by a lot on a number of those pitches just off the plate.
Hamilton with a walk and a couple of ground outs. Good lead for Andrews over at first base. Three infielders on the right side. Hamilton waving at the off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. He went around. 0-2. Couple of right-handers loosening for Texas now. The Angels with action of their own in the pen, although rather casually. Mark Lowe still loosening. Mike Adams in the forefront there. Just now got up. 0-2 pitch. Fouled back.
Well, that pitch got a little bit too much of the play for Scott Downs. He wanted to go off the corner.
Held up. Marvin Hudson says he did. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Adrian Beltre is on deck. Leadoff walk to Elvis Andrews. The Angels with a run in the 6th inning to take a 1-0 lead. Texas tied it up in the 7th, and it could have been more runs for Texas in that 7th inning. They loaded the bases up with nobody out against Jordan Walden. Texas managed just a run. The Angels with 2 at the top, or pardon me, the bottom of the 7th. Quick check in of Andrews. One, two. Again with the check swing. Tim McClellan doesn't bother to ask for help. He's got this one. 2-2. Two on its way. Swing and a miss, and the bat almost decapitates Beltre in the on-deck circle. 1 down.
Well, that curveball had some kind of break to it. Started up high in the strike zone, then drops down and away. Boy, during that whole sequence of pitches against Hamilton, he didn't see one of those real well at all as Beltre got out of the way of that bat.
Andrews still at first base. 1 out now. Here's Beltre. 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts against C.J. Wilson. CJ went 6 innings tonight, allowing no runs. On 5 hits, Jordan Walden 1/3 of an inning, 1 run. Cazeval 2/3, and now Downs here in the 8th.
Hamilton grabbing his arm after that swing.
He looked, as Beltre taps this one foul, he looked like he was shaking the right wrist prior to that strikeout pitch. And you wonder, if that check swing, the multiple check swings, kind of bothered him a little bit.
And letting the bat go as he swung through that last curveball.
No one. Beltre yanks it foul, 0-2. Downs very deliberate with Andrews over at first base. And that is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not a bad idea.
He could paint that fastball inside against right-handed batters as good as any lefty out of the bullpen there is in the game.
One, 2. Fouled off to the right. Going back to the Josh Hamilton check swing here. Held up fine. As he lets go, the bat steps out of the box. You see him grimacing a little bit.
Either the wrist or the forearm.
One ball, 2 strikes to Beltre as he swings and misses. Down he goes. The sombrero for Adrian Beltre, his 4th strikeout of the night, 2 down.
All 4 swinging. A couple fastballs upstairs, last 2 at bats.
So Andrews still at first base, 2 outs. Here's Michael Young. Young, the DH, 1 for 2, base hit in the 4th. Ernesto Frieri begins to play catch in the Angels' pen. 1 ball, no strikes. They kind of play with that upper forearm region. Sometimes you get a little tendonitis in there.
Especially when you try to stop your swing like that. It's very difficult to do so.
Here's the 1-0. Young flips it out to right field. This will allow Andrews to get to third base, although Torrey Hunter has something else to say about it. This one gets away and it ricochets off. And the run will come home. Really no reason whatsoever to try to throw to third base to try to get the out there. With 2 outs, now it's a 1-run game and a man in scoring position representing the tying run. Torrey with his first error of the year. Mike Scioscia making his way out, and looks like that's going to be it. Nelson Cruz coming up. Scott Downs will depart here. Mike Scioscia is going to go to the bullpen. We've got ourselves a pitching change. Texas with a run on the air by Torrey Hunter. The Angels still lead at 3-2. Torrey Hunter getting charged with his first error of the season. Ernesto Frieri comes on in relief here, second consecutive night for him. He faced Texas last night. Picked up his third save. He faced Snyder, Cruz, and Napoli last night in the ninth inning. And here in the eighth, with 2 outs, he'll be facing Nelson Cruz. But Michael Young standing in scoring position, representing the tying run. First pitch swinging is Cruz, and he fouls it off to the right. Cruz tonight 2 for 3, a double and a single. He's also struck out. Scored a run in the 7th. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Climbing the ladder there.
You know that Cruz likes to swing at the fastball, goes way upstairs. Now you can expand the strike zone even more so.
Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning have Hunter, Kendrick, and Ibar due up. A couple of right-handers loosening for Texas in the pen. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Nelson Cruz as we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels maintain a 3-2 lead. Out Nelson Cruz to finish the top of the frame. Angels maintain a 3-2 lead. Time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Fact, brought to you by Frank Brewed. Coors Light.
One of the Angels' 5 home runs this homestand, and the record 3-1. Living on the long ball for the most of this homestand, but I'll tell you what, they've been using the legs to score 3 runs so far in this game, but a little insurance would be nice.
No doubt about it. Mark Lowe comes on in relief for Texas. He takes over for Koji Uehara. In 2/3 of an inning, all zeros for Uehara.
Mark Lowe with a good fastball himself, 92-95. Slider and a changeup.
Torrey grounds one to Elvis Andrus. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Go for 3-9 for Torrey Hunter. He brings up Howie Kendrick. Oh for 3-9 for Howie. 2 groundouts and a strikeout for Kendrick. First one is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Mark Lowe was part of the package that came over to Texas along with Cliff Lee. Justin Smoke, Blake Bevan, Josh Lukey, and Matt Lawson going to Seattle. He's 28 years of age. This one's grounded through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Belcher with a nice effort to the dive. A 1-out knock here in the 8th.
Boy, well hit. Belcher with great range, but unable to make that play as that ball was rocketed by him. We got to believe that Howie may be on the move here. 3 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Ibar tonight 1 for 3, had a base hit, a stolen base and a run scored in the 7th. .12:35 start tomorrow afternoon. A couple of hours away. Ibar lifts one out towards center, playable for Hamilton. Now with Kendrick, heads back to first, 2 down. So Bobby Wilson will come up. Johnson a man at first. Looking ahead to the 9th for the Rangers, they have Napoli, Moreland, and Murphy to face Ernesto Frieri. Bobby 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. His failed bunt attempt in the 7th with 2 strikes goes in the books as a K. At that point was trying to sacrifice Ibar. Two runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, 7 left on for the Rangers. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 8 left on for the Halos. 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls and no strikes. I'll tell you what, though, for a 3-2 game, although 6 walks, Angel pitching 3.
A lot of deep counts, too.
Yeah, a lot of deep counts. I was going to say, for a 3-2 game, it is dragged a little bit. He had the little flare-up in the ejection by Torrealba, but other than that, 3-0. Mike Trout on deck.
It's the flow of the game. It's really not been real crisp from the get-go. The reality is 2 teams battling out here in the AL West.
Here comes the 3-0. It's in there, 3-1. Every other game around Major League Baseball in the books. Kendrick takes off. The 3-1 is bounced over to third. Beltre has it. The inning comes to an end. We head to the ninth here at the Big A. The Angels with a 3-2 lead. As the Angels have a 3-2 lead here in the ninth.
Dan Herron going up against Matt Harrison. Harrison's been throwing the ball well, 6-3 mark. Dan Herron, who's been pitching very effectively in the strike zone. Got the punch out working. As far as good fastball, good velocity. His split finger fastball has been there. The back has been feeling better. So it should be a great pitching matchup there tomorrow.
Here in the ninth inning, Texas sending up Napoli, Moreland, and Murphy in a one-run game against Ernesto Frieri, who struck out Nelson Cruz to finish off the eighth inning. Mike Napoli tonight, 2 walks and a strikeout. That puts him at 0 for 1. First one's a breaking pitch down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Napoli faced Frieri last night. It popped out to end the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch lifted in the air into the seats along the right field line. 1-2. He got jammed, but muscled it into right field. The leadoff man is on board with a single. So Napoli, representing the tying run, is on board. Here comes Mitch Moreland as Ernesto Frieri is allowed his very first hit as an Angel.
That in itself is amazing when you think about it. He's been very effective with the fastball. That one is up middle of the plate, and Napoli's so strong. He likes the fastball up. He'll fight that into the outfield for a leadoff hit.
Moreland, first plate appearance tonight. He came on as a defensive replacement when Napoli had to go behind the plate. First one is in for a strike. He got the start at first base last night. Ended up going 0 for 3. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The base hit by Napoli, the 8th hit of the night for Texas. Now the 0-2. Lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, that fastball had a lot of movement at 94. Almost got more than to swing at that pitch.
Now the 0-2. Or 1-2, I should say. Check swing. He went around. Down goes more than 1 out. Second strikeout for Frieri. Napoli still at first. And here comes David Murphy.
Again, you talk about late movement, lateral movement. Only couldn't hold up on a swing.
Murphy had a sacrifice fly in the 7th. That came as a pinch hitter. Swings here, pops it up. Callaspo into foul territory. 2 down. So the Angels 1 out away of picking up another game of the standings in the American League West. Ian Kinsler will stand at the plate against Ernesto Frieri, with Napoli standing at first. First one is in for a strike. Kinsler's 0 for 3. He went around. No balls and 2 strikes. There's that dive bombing fastball.
I mean, that ball started off the outside corner, then ran off the inside corner.
Here's the 0-2. Popped up behind the plate. Bobby Wilson coming back near the screen and can't make the plays. It lands on the other side of the screen. So the count remains at 0-2. The Angels trying to get to 2 games over 500 for the first time this season. So tough of a stretch they've started with. Oh, 2 to Kinsler. Lifts it foul and out of play. Napoli with a leadoff base hit, stands at first. 2 outs in the ninth. Another 0-2 outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Boy, good spot just off the outside corner. You give Kinsler something else to think about. That one at 96 miles an hour.
Outfield in a no doubles alignment, especially Trout and Borges in left and center respectively. A little flare off the end of the bat would fall. Torrey straight up and right. Quick throw to first base. Napoli easily back in there. 1-2. Foul back, boy, defensive swing there. Got a piece of it. Keeps his at-bat alive. Kinsler with a walk, a double play ball, a pop to first, and a fielder's choice. Both teams with 8 hits tonight. Bobby wants to go out and talk things over with Ernesto.
We're probably going out there to ask if you want to try a slider here or stick with that fastball. That fastball has been incredible for him.
Goes with the breaking pitch there, evens the count at 2-2. Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, is on deck. Two, fouled back. Full count now, so Napoli will get a head start from first base. A surprise with that pitch there.
Yeah, because there's no commitment at all to swinging on that breaking pitch.
It's been a 9-pitch at bat so far. Pujols holding on Napoli. Couple of shakeoffs. Napoli takes off. Here's a 3-2. Breaking pitch is fouled back. That's a little get it over breaking pitch.
Well, when you have a fastball like Ernesto does, you don't want to take a chance just throwing that. Make sure you throw a strike slider.
Reset, do it again as Napoli will be off with the pitch. 3-2 Angels here in the ninth. Now another conversation out of the mound. 22 pitches thrown by Frieri, 17 strikes, 5 balls. Ernesto, the 4th reliever used by Mike Socio. Walden a third, Casabal 2/3, Downs 2/3. Napoli goes, the 3-2 is inside, he walked him. So first and second now. And Elvis Andrus coming to the plate. Visit to the mound now by Mike Butcher. Andrus in this game 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 3rd inning. Walked and scored in the 8th. That was against Scott Downs.
15 pitches thrown last night by Frieri. Now 23 tonight.
There's Napoli representing the tying run for Texas. Kinsler, the trail runner. Andrus now the batter. Outfielders now back at their normal depth. Napoli will try to get as big a lead as possible from second base. Here's the first one. Fastball, strike 1. Andrus in these situations almost takes like a Michael Young type of an approach, especially if you pitch him away. He's just going to try to flip something into right field. The 0-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch, fastball just missed. 1-2.
Boy, real close to catching the lower part of the strike zone. Just catches the very bottom of the strike zone.
1-2, lifted in the air, down the right field line, tailing away from Torrey Hunter, still giving chase into the seats it goes. Napoli back to second, Kinsler back to first. You see a conversation occurring between Socha and Butcher. Bullpen phone ringing. 27 pitches now thrown by the right-hander. And the 1-2. The ground ball towards short. Ibar has it. Goes to first base. High throw. Pulls Pujols off. Everybody is safe. The bases are loaded. Howie Kendrick a little bit late covering at second base. And that's why Ibar had to go to first.
And avoid the umpire, Ted Barrett, as he's making his throw.
Eric will get charged with an error on that play. Here's Josh Hamilton. Takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The error on Ibar, the 7th of the year. So Frieri got the job done and getting the ground out, but a defensive lapse for the Angels. Bases full of Rangers. Here's the 1-0. Hamilton a swing and a miss. 1-1. Hamilton tonight 0 for 3. A walk, a ground out. A little number back to the mound and a strikeout. The strikeout was against Downs in the 8th. Napoli at third, Kinsler at second, Andrews at first. 2 outs here in the ninth. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. That one at 95 miles per hour. A nerve-wracking ninth. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss! Light that baby up as the Angels take this one 3-2.
Wasn't easy. I'll tell you what, that was a total team effort tonight. C.J. Wilson with 6 shutout innings. Of course, the way the Angels scored their 3 runs, and Frieri gets another save and another punch out. Boy, that's a fastball by a great fastball hitter in Josh Hamilton, giving him 30 punch-outs in 14 1/3 innings pitched this season for Frieri. That invincible fastball. What a game. What a victory.
Bobby Kazimov picks up the win in relief. He goes 2/3 scoreless inning. Ernesto Frieri threw a lot of pitches. And needless to say, Ernesto more than likely not available for tomorrow afternoon's game after pitching last night in a long 9th inning in this one. But he does pick up the save. That's his 4th of the season. Also gives up his first hit as a member of the Angels, a Major League record 13 1/3 innings to start his career without allowing a hit. Nestor's going to join us here as he gets the headset on, and we'll talk to him momentarily. The Angels once again pick up the victory by the final of 3-2. They've won the series against Texas. The homestand continues. And Ernesto's down in the field, and give it up for Ernesto Frieri closing things down here tonight. The Angels picking up the victory 3-2. And Ernesto's got to be a lot of fun for you to come into a ball game such as this, a packed house here in a division battle against a very good team of the Texas Rangers, and seal the victory tonight and pick up not only the win tonight, but also the series win.
Well, man, first, don't laugh about my English because it's not really good. I'm going to do my best. Man, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to win. It's fun to play against teams like this. Man, it's not easy to face those guys. I mean, they have so many good hitters over there. And when you get a win against a team like that, always is something that they make you feel like wow, we're doing better, we're doing things right, and hopefully we'll continue like that.
Ernesto, how about facing Josh Hamilton to be able to get that big punch out to finish off the game? That had to be a lot of fun for you.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's tough. But yeah, I trust myself. I mean, I just do my job. I just throw a strike over there, be aggressive, and let those guys spin the bat.
The other thing, Ernesto, that many folks may not know, you finally allowed a hit, a Major League record, 13 1/3 innings to start a career with a team without allowing a hit. You give up the base hit to Mike Napoli. Now you can say at the very least that is now over.
Dude, I'm a human, man. You know, like those guys, like I told you before, they're tough, man. They can swing the bat, and yeah, I mean, I was ready for that. I know that any day, anytime I was gonna give a base hit. I mean, just feel good because I didn't give up any wrong. I got the save for the team, and that's what it matters.
Boy, how much have you been helped out by your bullpen mates down like Scott Downs and the guys down there, and how much have they helped you so far?
Man, Scott, I mean, everybody, like Troy, Easy, everybody have been like, really nice to me. You know, I feel like I've been playing for the Angels for like 10 years ago because those guys treat me like really nice, and I feel that helped me too. I mean, I feel like a contributor over here, and that's a big reason why I'm doing right like that too.
Well, Ernesto, we certainly appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Ernesto Frieri locking up his 4th save as a member of the Angels. The Halos pick up the victory by the final of 3-2. Bobby Cazaval picks up the win tonight. We'll wrap things up here. We'll send it up to the Rocks. Stick around as Angels Live. Michael Eaves, Chris McGee, Tim Salmon, Jose Mota, and more is coming up next.